should probably avoid it. We also politely informed them that if they were to go into the hospital, they would likely be shot. We did not give them the exact reason why, as they took off before we had the chance to inform them, but, well, that's neither here nor there. We headed off on their merry way, wound up back at the gas station that we had stopped at on our way to the hospital, decided to take a break, eat lunch, and do some training for Seabreeze, as well as give oh damn it, James, what's your character's name? Sundance a chance to check out the APC that was inside the garage. We did some armor modifications, and I believe afterwards we headed back to town. Once we arrived back in Ashtown, Violet made her way directly to the doctor's tent. Probably, I can't remember who she was followed by, pretty much everybody. But before we were allowed in, a couple of zebra twins tried to extort money out of us, despite the fact that we had been sent out by their boss to achieve this sort of deal. And after them giving up on it, we headed over to the tent, and things got crazy as somebody tried to use the wrong chemical in order to make, what was it, flash?
I claim no responsibility for any of this.
Caused an explosion, set the tent on fire.
Iota did everything right, 100%. It's that damn doctor who fucked it up.
Somebody did something wrong, there was an explosion, and set the tent on fire.
It was mostly just a flashbang, but it also set the tent on fire.
A flashbang is still an explosion.
Oh yeah, they make a lot of heat. They make a hell of a lot of heat.
Apparently, upon hearing this, and this being the second character that has caused an explosion that has set something on fire, the entirety of the Bernie analysts have renamed me the Princess of Explosions.
Yes.
Thank you, Pip.
I am very happy that you're now the Princess.
Well, I mean, yeah, between this instance and fucking Sunrise, yeah, I gotta agree.
I'm waiting for a catch line on one of the chapters to be, there was an explosion, and this time it wasn't my fault.
I don't know if we'll ever hit that stage, I'm afraid. Did we miss anything? Anything anybody wants to add?
We're all terrible, awful ponies.
No, I think that's about right.
Okay, so we left off with Mayunda and Electra the Doctor. Both still, you can see now, your vision's a little fucked, but you can see, you're really, really deaf still, and things still suck. The two guards ran over along with them. I forgot how to English there. The two guards ran over along with the town mayor.
When you say town mayor, do you mean the town mayor as in the town whore, or the town mayor as in the person in charge?
As in the person in charge. The whorehouse is somewhere else.
Just clarifying, because you just said mayor, like...
This is not a whore.
I think the question was it mayor or mayor?
Mayor, you fucksticks. Fuck all of you, just because I have an accent. Anyway, my accent aside, Avarice. See, I remember the name now. Avarice has arrived. She's waving the two guards off who didn't even bother putting out the fire. It had to be the small child that had to put out the fire. Also, the alicorn's still on the floor because they are really sensitive. So, Avarice will just look in the tent, look at the dragon on the floor, the alicorn on the floor, and the fact that there's a burn mark.
And the fact that Violet is carefully tending to the alicorn at the moment.
Do I even want to ask what happened in here?
Shouting angrily about how apparently this expert chemist can't tell the difference in turpentine and Abraxo.
It was in the wrong container, I tell you. This is not my...
Violet looks over at Avarice. Chemistry in the doctor's office. Might be wise to set up another tent specifically for chemistry so that in case explosions happen, you don't damage your medical supplies.
Asking Avarice to move part of her hoard away from where she lives is not a good idea. She's a dragon. They don't like her.
I'm just saying separate the tents. That way, it's still technically connected, but there's just an extra tent where the chemistry happens, and there's a tent where the doctoring happens.
I will discuss it with her at a future date.
But as far as that's concerned, I'm going to continue tending to them. We have enough supplies to finish up the caravan order, as well as a fair bit that we can part with for the town. And, oh yes, some IFF badges for the hospital as we reactivated the security system.
Wait, why would you turn on a security system?
At the mention of patients, by the way, Mayuta goes and tries to find the small foal that was dying when they left. She's still there?
It was a mare in her like 30s, 40s, and no, she's dead. She's not there.
She's very frustrated. I carried that whole barrel of IMP, and you couldn't hold out long enough to try it?
You just hear Electra say "what" really loudly. What? What? I can't do
Wait, no, I got it.
We all wait, nothing happens.
I'm getting a link.
Again, Link. So, in the meantime, the rest of you who went shopping and nearly bought the busted laser rifle because you all thought it was such a good deal. They don't make deals like you do anymore. You've all arrived back to find Avarice is in the doctor's tent along with Seabreeze, Violet, the rest of the party. You see a small burn and you can smell that there's been a fire, but beyond that, you don't know what's happened. Just that the dragon is talking very loudly.
There you go.
Fuck's sake, Glacier. I lost my train of thought thanks to that. God damn it, Glacier.
Sorry.
What was it talking about?
About Sundance coming back to the tent.
Oh, yeah, so you come back. Violet is tending to Sapphire. Seabreeze is looking very proud of herself for some reason. Avarice just has a face, hoof in her face. Electra is just going what really loudly as she argues with Mayunda about something.
Mayunda points at the empty bed.
Oh, yeah, we buried her. She died in the night. She's yelling this, by the way.
Mayunda yells back, "You couldn't make her hold out for 3 days?
It was... She was gone. Are you still carrying the IMP, or have you put it down?
She's put it down. She points at the barrel. That was the one chance she had, and you couldn't make her wait for it.
Avarice inspects the barrel and turns to Violet. And why did you bring a full barrel of what says is pure IMP on the front into town?
Because IMP is fundamentally different from taint.
So, you've brought a magical potion that we don't really understand and can cause mutations into my town.
Because I wanted to save your cancer patient.
We're not going to be leaving it here.
No, you're not. This is a terrible idea.
Oh no, actually, IMP is something that's actually fairly well documented, as a matter of fact. And Violet will actually pull out a notebook and start, paging through things until she finds the entry on IMP and its proper applications.
Sapphire eventually gets up. Mayunda, this one found that unpleasant.
Points at the dragon. Their fault.
Dragon points back. Your fault.
You mislabeled turpentine as for a Braxo. Your fault.
Your fault.
You're arguing with a small dragon that is very likely often hopped up on substances that she can't even identify.
Of course I am. It's awesome. You should live with this.
You're not going to win this argument. Even though it was technically her fault, the fact that you were trusting her to do this in the first place was probably not wise.
This is Avarice picked back up. Let's get back on track here. Can we get into the hospital?
Yes.
Do you have the medical supplies?
Yes. I'm going to be parsing out what's necessary for the caravan, and then whatever is left over from the supplies that we've brought with us will be split between the town and ourselves. As was the agreement.
And did you find out why it was all tainted?
Well, I've got like 6 books worth of notes to go through, but as far as I am aware, and this is very, very, very rough guess, somebody was doing experimentations with taint, and we're using pretty much everybody that came through the hospital as a test subject.
Oh, great. So now we're all test subjects. That's fantastic.
Well, I mean, nobody's growing tentacles or third legs or sixth legs or whatever, but still. The point is, odds are the taint that you've ingested is in such a low quantity that at worst you'll develop cancer a year earlier.
You sure know how to make me feel enthusiastic.
Hey, 1 year sooner is, well, definitely a lot better than being dead right now.
I want to argue with you, but I'm not going to.
And before you say anything, yes, I know my bedside manner sucks, but, you tried being optimistic when slaves. Yeah, it just doesn't work.
I wouldn't even call it bedside manner. I would just call it rude, but I digress.
That's fair.
Well, apart from the barrel, which you're going to remove, you're not leaving that in town. I do not trust lecture with that. She will somehow spill it. Beyond that, the deal is fulfilled.
I believe as a group, we still have to decide what we are getting as far as our portion of the medical supplies. But yes, the caravan is taken care of. Their portion of the deal with the town is dealt with. And at this point, Violet's kind of free to go.
Get back to you. Everybody else, what are you doing at the moment?
Well, Blueberry is just watching like, what the fuck? Because that was a clusterfuck. Just the arguing between the two.
What isn't a clusterfuck?
Hmm?
So what isn't a clusterfuck that everybody here does?
It's like herding cats.
Yeah. James,
Yes.
what are you doing?
Probably just going through some notes that I have. Just waiting for the party to finish their business.
Tom, what are you doing?
We were paid, correct?
That has not came up yet, but you're getting paid.
I will go and ask Violet, who's supposed to be paying us, by the way?
Violet points at Avarice.
Yes, I'll go and get your money. Although saying that, you did this job really fast. Some more jobs around town if you're looking for more work.
Violet looks at the others.
Blueberry shrugs.
Mayunda storms out with the barrel.
I have to apologize for that, aren't I?
Mayunda's pissed at that little dragon for 2 different reasons and is avoiding punching it.
So we're gonna follow Miunda to make sure she doesn't do something she regrets.
Large Alicorn is also following after.
I'm going to look at Avarice for a moment. Out of curiosity. So, no offense, but Seabreeze was one of the survivors that we found in the hospital, as is Rhythm, but Rhythm's old enough to take care of herself. Is there anyone in town that you would actually trust to take care of a child?
You could try... I have it written down somewhere, where did I write it?
And she looks dead square at Avarice in the eye. No. You would trust with your own child.
Probably Mustang. He's the regulator. He keeps things civil around here. Oh, and he really wants to meet you as well. Apparently he owes you a bounty now.
What?
Yeah, one of them raiders you sent back, he was a thief. He stole from here. He came running straight back.
Oh. Huh.
So he owes you a bounty. You're free to go and see him whenever you want. But yeah, Mustang, he's probably your best bet. He's getting a bit old to be a regulator now. So, Greasy, what are you doing?
Trying to remember to use push to talk, for one. After I get my caps, I'm going to get a place to stay for the night and then see about, finding other jobs that we could use. Or do, I should say.
As part of your agreement, you've got a 3-night stay in the inn. Okay, I'll get to the payment in a minute. Who went with Mayunda?
I.
Anyone else? Okay. Mayunda, you start off.
Mayunda goes straight to the bar.
Sapphire is chasing after you. Where are you going?
To get drunk.
Why? You have not been paid yet. You don't have money.
I have enough caps.
Why did you storm out anyway? This one is confused.
Stupid dragon made no effort. Stupid dragon is stupid.
The dragon is not stupid. She is interesting.
She caused an explosion for mixing the wrong chemicals together, and on top of that, made absolutely no effort to make that patient hold out till we got back. Dragon is stupid. And a dick. And a bitch.
Roll perception. Sapphire winced. We tried to keep her going.
We or you?
Both we and the dragon tried. She was too far gone.
I carried this barrel from the time we found it into combat across 4 miles in hopes you could somehow use it to save her. So I'm gonna go get drunk now because she's dead. Do you understand this concept?
Well, we could use the barrel still. It still has the IMP, yes?
Yeah.
Well, we could take it to the followers' little camp and we could set up there and they might be able to make use of it and stop this in the future and maybe find a cure for your problem. She looks down at the tiny Zeeb.
Also looks down at the tiny Zeeb.
Are you trying to guilt trip me into doing the right thing or guilt trip me into not getting plastered?
I am trying to guilt trip you into reconsidering and maybe letting us have the barrel and taking it to our sisters. It could do some good.
She hefts the barrel and hands it to Sapphire. You can have this. I have no use for it. Other than to avoid hitting myself with more of it.
Thank you, little one.
You better do the right thing with it. I better not find out you're doing something terrible.
This one would never do such things. She lets you go from your impromptu argument in the street when she returns.
She
with her barrel.
Mayunda gives Sapphire a hug. I'll hold you to that. I'm gonna go get drunk now.
This one shall see you later once the arrangements have been made.
Myunda goes and buys a literal barrel of beer and just jumps in it.
Blueberry is going to look at the alicorn and say, I'll make sure she doesn't do something too stupid.
The little one will not. I'm assuming you follow to the bar.
Yeah.
So as you walk in the bar, you see Myunda on... In fact, roll me agility +2 just real quick, Myunda.
By the way, I should be getting a call any second now for my supper.
Yeah, that's no problem.
So if I disappear for a second, I'll
Yeah,
be back.
don't worry about it. I'm about to jump to everybody else anyway. As you walk in the door, you see that she's up on the bar, and there's a barrel just below the bar filled with beer. She literally does a front flip and dives into it. She does a Scrooge McDuck into the gold.
Sighs and goes sit by the barrel.
Moving back to our other friends. So Avarice has disappeared for 10 minutes. Sapphires came back with the barrel.
Swimming in booze.
And she passes out all the payment to you, Violet, and just tells you to split it amongst all of you.
Will do.
As part of the agreement, you have a free night in the inn. Just tell the Griffin I sent you. If you're looking for more work, just come find me or go to Mustang and he'll be able to get you something.
Thank you. Glad to be of assistance.
I'm glad to have had your help. You did it much faster than I expected and more efficiently than the town guard could ever handle.
Well, there is something to be said for sending people with motivation to make things happen. And no offense to the town guard, aside from the twins, they're plenty motivated keeping this place safe, but going out and risking their lives on what could have very well been a fool's errand didn't seem like they'd be too terribly interested.
They're only interested in keeping the town safe because the money keeps flowing. And now that you've went to the hospital and got us all the supplies we need, the money keeps flowing. It all works out perfectly fine.
By the way, if you do have to send anybody out to the hospital, make sure it's a group of no more than, and she does a quick mental count, 6 individuals? Because I think that's as many of the ID tags that we've got that will allow you to just bypass the security.
She nods and notes down a little notepad she has.
And last but not least, we did mark the supplies that were not safe. That if I do discover any way to reverse tainting, might be able to be dealt with. But at this point, I would probably rely on growing herbs and allow Electra to manufacture the healing potions for the town directly instead of relying on outside interference.
Sapphire pipes up at this. We may be able to help with that. Give us some time with Avarice. We have an idea.
With payment settled and the release of her contract to the caravan, Violet turns and starts making her way towards the regulator tent that Avarice had pointed out earlier.
As a note, everybody but you, James, because you were not higher at the start. Unless the Adagio divides it up differently, you all got 250. And I'm assuming the Adagio will either divide it up differently or do something different, I don't know.
Well, realistically, we were contracted for the job, and no offense, but Sundancer just was along for the rescue afterwards.
That is no problem.
So, yeah, no offense. I don't mean to like cut you out of the rewards, but
No, I wasn't part of the agreement, so therefore I weren't got any caps. I completely understand this.
that being said, as we are a group, we would look out for one another. So,
I perfectly understand. In game terms, I completely understand.
But in character, does he understand, or is he salty? So, just so we know what happens, they finish up the conversation. Violet, you to the people who are available, so that's Grease and yourself, 250 caps. You keep the rest, I assume, for your other two members who have wandered off to the bar.
indeed.
So, Sundancer, you see exchange of caps, and some are passed in Grease, but nothing is mentioned to you. Does he comment, or does he just shrug it off?
He'll shrug it off because obviously this was some prior agreement that he either wasn't privy to or was agreed on on an earlier date, and will therefore just say that's alright.
That's fine. So, Tom,
You
250 caps in hand, a free night at the inn. Two of your friends have wandered off. Two of them are still standing by you. What are you doing?
who was standing by me?
Sundance and Violet.
I don't remember Sundancer or James. How helpful were you to us?
Well, I helped kill the radiated ghoul or whatever it was that team beast that attacked us. I can't negotiate for shit or barter for shit anyway, but I'm good with magic and laser weapons.
I give him 10 caps of my money to say, here, I know you weren't part of the initial agreement, but here you go.
Oh, well, thank you about that. You didn't have to, but I appreciate it nonetheless.
Violet will step over and take 50 of her caps and look at him. Look, you don't get the free night at the inn because that was part of an agreement we had with Everest. So at the very least, if you're going to stick with us, you need a place to stay. So, here.
I was an extra 50 caps, was it?
Yep, just a flat 50.
Oh, thank you about that. Could you direct me to where this place is? Could you? I'm not familiar with this place.
It's the second busiest part of town, because it's not evening yet. The busiest place is the trader post you've been in, and the other one is the bar. There's a bunch of drunk just stumbling out of that. It's pretty hard to miss.
Violet had pointed at the bar. Probably the same place that they're coming out of. I need to stop by the regulator's office real quick.
Ah, right. Sundance will proceed to the hotel and procure a room for himself.
We'll get to use in the bar in a minute. Tom, what are you doing?
I got all the work for the people for things people needed done.
As far as I'm aware, unless somebody's came to use new projects, yeah, you're done everybody's work.
I'm gonna go to the trading post and see if I can get some more scrap metal.
There's going to be some massive tokens appearing in a minute. Just ignore them.
This turn on?
Excuse me?
Recording.
Talking about the massive token that just appeared. Ignore it for 2 seconds.
Oh, okay.
That's a big bird.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the other one, but I can't find it. Where is it? Fuck it, that'll do. There's gonna be a second huge one, just ignore that. Oh, fucking hell.
So that's how big Sachs is going to be tomorrow, huh?
Yes. Oh, why is it attached to that, for fuck's sake? Sorry, my fuck up's aside. I need one more token. I could have sworn I had another Griffin one. There it is. Can somebody roll me a 1d3, please? Just anyone. I'm going with violets. Number 2, so that means you get to go first, Tom. So, you were going into the trader post, yes?
Yeah.
Where's your token?
I will move through the down the street past the butcher's tent. I mean, doctor's tent. And I'll go up to the trading post, who is also the. I thought mayor was M-A-R-E.
No, mayor is in a town mayor.
I know.
Oh, fuck you. God damn it. Why you all made me look stupid? It's not nice. So, as you come in, it's getting close to closing time, but it's still pretty busy, it's still noisy. It's about, I don't know, 6 o'clock, it's 5:30 in the evening. The stalls are starting to close down.
Well, I'm just looking to get some scrap metal. Some spare scrap metal, I should say.
So, as you're wandering the stalls, you end up coming back to that really, really dodgy thrift shop you were in earlier where you were going to buy the busted up laser rifle. He's selling a bunch of scrap metal.
How much are you selling your scrap metal for, young man?
I'm just double checking what is in the book because I forgot.
Okay, I'm back.
Hello, we'll get to you in a minute or two. I'm just trying to find it in the book, Tom, 2 seconds. Okay, it's not actually in here, that's fucking helpful. Rolling bar. Just see how good the deal you get. Not one, Jesus.
Well then.
He's just so happy to see you from the last time. He offers you the same deal on the laser rifle first. I'm assuming you shake your head. Tom?
I shake my head and say, no, I'm looking for material to do repair work with.
Oh, I can get you like a box of scrap metal for like 25 caps. That would be about 15 scrap metal units.
If it turns out to be a fair price after we figure it out, sure.
Can't actually find it in the book, that's the problem.
What, scrap metal?
Yeah.
1 cap per unit.
That's 1 cap per unit. Okay, I fucked that up. Okay, so he sells it half per unit. We'll call it 20 in a box, so 10 caps for 20.
I'll take it. Adds it to my saddlebag, and I'll say, look at the sky and see it's getting dark, and I'll head to the stables to take a call it an early night.
That was nice and simple. We'll go to you next, as you. So, as you make your way into the regulator's tent, you find one. Did I write a description for him? Okay, I didn't. You find a neon pink earth pony wearing just a regular duster. He has a little sheriff star on his breast pocket. And a large griffin, a red griffin, wearing talon armor. They're talking about something, you can't really hear the conversation. It ceases as you enter. Griffin looks over. Yeah. This one's yours, Mustang. I need to go and deal with something. The large griffin will leave and take off going somewhere. And how can I help you? I can't really do accents, you just need to imagine them withdrawal. How can I help you?
How can I help you?
I can't do it for you. I can't do any accents. You just need to imagine.
Hi, I'm Violet. I was under the impression that I'm to collect a bounty.
Oh, yeah. Sort of. Yeah. I owe you 100 caps. He disappears behind these little counter, picks something out of a book, and then hands you a bag full of caps. Yeah, he was a little tea leaf. He was stealing out the trader's den. Ran when he got caught. I'm getting a little too old to keep up with them these days.
Well, out of curiosity, what's happened to him?
Oh, he's doing hard labor. He's tending the crops.
Alright, but at the very least he's got food, water, and shelter.
Yep.
That's more than he could ask for if we just shot him, so I'll go give him, a heads up and tell him to be better.
Well, if it were up to avarice, he would have been shot, but that's not always the best way to deal with things.
And, I mean, one more hands working the one more set of hooves working the crops means that one more set of hooves that could be used to defend the town is free.
Exactly my thinking, hence why I suggested it. At this, CB's pipes up and looks over your heads. Who's this? Why is he so pink? Hurts my eyes.
Seabreeze, be polite.
I'm sorry. Hi, I'm
That's
Seabreeze. What's your name? I'm Mustang, little one.
Now, I have a bit of a favor to ask.
I'm open to trading favors.
We discovered Seabreeze in the hospital. And to be fair, with what our group is getting into and where we've been going, it's no place for a child. Avarice may have recommended you to be the most trustworthy person to take care of a small one.
I think she just doesn't want me to be doing this job anymore so she can run this town a little more freely.
That very well could be the case. But if you could see to looking out for her while we're not present in town, I would be very grateful.
And how long are you going to be out of town?
It could vary depending on what jobs we pick up. But that being said, we will be returning fairly regularly. We just need somebody to make sure she stays on the straight and narrow. Helps teach her right.
He sighs, pulls his hat down over his head for a minute. Come back to me in the morning. I need time to think about that. That's too much to ask.
That's fair.
Seabreeze has gone very quiet as you try and pass her off.
I would probably make my way to the hotel then.
So, just for everybody's benefit, as you all enter, Blueberry, you back?
Yes.
You have one drink on the house. Pick your poison.
I don't know.
It's rum. I've decided for you.
Okay.
So, the griffin behind the bar is giving you... It's not the male griffin this time, it's the really old, one-eyed, one-winged female griffin who looks like she's in her 80s. She gave you one free drink. You're sitting over with Miranda, who's happily swimming in her barrel. Everybody else, that's where you enter to, Miranda, swimming in a barrel of booze.
Miranda, who's probably a third of the way through the barrel.
So, Sundancer, you would have got there first. What's your reaction?
I would look over at Miranda and be like, are you enjoying that?
This is great! You're all so nice.
Keep it up. How much is the barrel?
Looks over at the bartender. How much do I owe you?
Nothing. Avarice said I was to give it to you as a favour.
Oh, it's a freebie!
Look the barkeep. Give her another one.
Have you got 200 caps?
That's why I asked how much was the barrel.
Yeah, she got a free one because Avarice paid for it.
No, I don't have 200 caps.
Then no barrel.
Well, I'll walk over and ask for scotch for myself.
Double check it. I think it's like 25, but whatever it is, she'll pass to you. It is 20 caps.
I will pass her the 20 caps.
She'll pass you the bottle and move on to the next customer. Greece, you would be next to arrive after your shopping.
I see the the Micro Olympics beer swimming competition, and I ask the bartender for a pitcher of beer. And then I take it and pour it into the barrel.
She charges you 20 caps and it fills up a little bit.
Don't I have a free drink?
That is fair. You can use your free drink on this if you so wish.
Yeah.
Run it by me again.
Say that again, Fee.
He pours what in the barrel?
Pitcher
More
of
beer. It's raining beer.
Blueberry's just gonna look and say, "Don't you guys think it's a bad idea to be adding to this?"
She drank a third of it. I don't even want to see how much more she can drink.
Violet, as you walk in, you see that Grease is literally pouring on Miranda's head this pitcher of beer into her barrel.
You know, at this point, Violet is well aware of Miranda's alcoholism. Looks at her and goes, "You at least cleaned up before you jumped in, did you?"
You cast clean on me earlier, so yeah.
Fee, roll me a normal addiction check, please. Just to see if you're addicted. I think it's like 5% or something like that. So whatever it is, it's just
for beer.
Yeah. So it's just a normal 5.
We've rolled this like 8 times. I'm waiting for it to come up. Nope, I'm good.
You're good. Violet, you're also offered a free drink on courtesy of Avarice.
Whiskey neat.
Again, the really old Griffin is all too happy to give you your free drink. At some point, we'll use her all sat around the table, except for you, Miranda, you're inside barrel. Riven's walked in, is over speaking to the bartender. So, after you've all done your business with the traders and regulators and all that, it's about 7:30. The bar is starting to get more crowded, and at some point, another Griffin, I need another token, goddammit. Fuck it, I'm gonna be lazy. This one is not bright red, this one is also not a talon. It's just a normal Griffin. And it won't let me shrink it. Come on, roll 20. It's not been difficult. Okay, no problem, Tom. If you come back...
Rain bear, okay. I love my typing at times.
That is good. Hopefully we'll see you soon.
With that, who does Sundance have to talk to about procuring a room?
The old Griffin. Either one of them.
Well, he will walk up to the old Griffin and ask to procure a room for the night.
30 caps room.
He will hand over the 30 caps.
Second one on the left, up the stairs.
Thank you kindly.
She goes back to serving drinks. Meanwhile, you can tell it's definitely her son because they look very similar. They both also got missing eyes, just on opposite sides. He's a bit younger. He's currently setting up what looks like a sort of stage, and Riven is directing him. Meanwhile, the bar itself is starting to get a bit more busy. What are you all doing?
I have a question.
Ed?
Does Miranda have something that increases addiction chance?
I think she has decreases.
Because beer has an addiction chance of 2%.
Oh, well then we got it wrong.
I'm looking in the Wasteland Survival Guide right now. Rum is the one with 5%.
You're right, 2%. My bad.
You pass by fucking flying colours enemies, don't worry about it.
It's for future reference.
We'll forget this all by about an hour's time, so don't worry about it.
Just let me know when Mayunda finishes the entire barrel. Yes, I will agree to automatically fail my endurance check to not be intoxicated.
So do I need to roll an addiction chance?
Anybody who took a drink, please roll addiction.
What's the whiskey?
It's like 5.
I'm good.
Unless you hit like the 90s, it'll be a pass anyway, so there's no need for me to check. Okay, you did hit 90, so I will need to check. Just so it's fair.
What is it?
Whiskey.
Whiskey.
That's a 5%.
You
I can confirm that's a 5%.
Yeah, you barely passed. But you're okay.
And this is why Violet doesn't drink very often.
So, you all have your drink. You all get steadily and steadily more intoxicated. Mayunda, you finished yours. It's about 7:30 in the evening. What are you all doing?
I'd just like to point out that that Blueberry has a 9 charisma for the moment.
Is it 5% for Scotch as well?
Yes. Yes.
I'm good.
None of you are addicts. Fee's completely smashed. Roll me endurance glacier. You are still fairly sober unless you want to elect to fail.
Nah, it's just 1 drink.
Okay, awesome. So, all of you are mostly sober, except for you, Mayunda. You're absolutely hammered. What are you all doing?
Let's see how the whiskey hits.
No, you're completely fine. Seeing as how everybody's rolling, James, you roll as well. Please crit fail. Please crit fail. Please crit fail. Damn.
Not even a fail.
You are tipsy, James, but you're still sober.
Ah, yes, I was quite refreshing. Which way was my room again?
The rest of them didn't hear that, and the Griffin isn't talking to you at the moment.
He would say in a sluggish voice, which way was my room again?
Blueberry shrugs. He doesn't fucking know.
Let's wait until the Griffiness is a little less busy, and then we can ask. I mean, we each have a room.
You're really blue and really hot. And why is the kid in the bar?
Because there's nowhere else for the kid to be that's safe.
But I thought the mayor had... Oh, that didn't work out, did it?
Blueberry looks at me and is like, wait, which of us are you talking about?
I thought the mayor had... I was talking about you. And I was talking about why we still have... not that I mind. She's adorable, wonderful, and I really want to keep her. But we have to go do dangerous things. And I'm really drunk.
Seabreeze giggles at you. Seabreeze is giggling at you. Mommy number 2 is drunk.
Yep. Very.
She grins at you, Mayunda. Zebra Mommy, do I need to stay? Can I not come with you?
I mean...
She puts on that very cute kid smile.
You have to... You have to promise to not get shot. Or stabbed. Or anything bad happen. Because this is what happens to Zebra Mommy when something bad happens.
Blueberry's just gonna look at Meonda, then look at the sea breeze and says, "This is not the best time to be asking that question."
This is the bestest time to be asking because she'll say yes. When we were still in the clouds, Daddy said that. Yes, Mommy number one?
Wait, what did you just say?
That when she was in the clouds that her dad told her to do the exact same thing. Yes, Violet.
You do understand that we're going to be going into places that we might not be able to protect you.
But Zebra Mommy can.
Fine. If Violet says it's okay, then yeah. Hi,
Roll me
big,
agility at minus 2 fee.
hi, big, blue, and handsome.
You have come out of your battle, correct?
Yes, the barrel's empty.
Okay. So rolling. Yeah, you fall face first into. Wait, you can't even reach his chest. Face first into Blueberry's leg.
Blueberry's gonna pick her up and put her on his back where she's less likely to flop over.
She smells like a brewery. And tastes like one too.
What did you say your charisma was? Did you say it was 9?
His charisma is a 9 at the moment.
Just roll it real quick. Just for interest.
Hers is currently a 7 due to drunk.
So that's almost a crit.
Yeah, man, he looks real good right now. You have the beer goggles. So does Violet.
Why am I surrounded by hot stallions and mares and completely plastered?
Should I just roll charisma just for shiggles?
Yeah, let's just see what happens.
Just remember, as you've consumed alcohol, you get a temporary bonus of +1.
And you get plus strength, I think, with Scotch.
Yep.
Plus strength -1 intelligence.
Yep.
You nearly crit failed.
Well,
Almost a crit fail, yeah. Because my crit is 4.
How old is Sundancer?
25.
So, everybody but the kid in Sundancer looks alright, and then Sundancer just... He's just not your type, man. He's too scrawny.
So much for having a charisma of 4.
Well, I mean, you're going up against, you know, an
a
Earth
10 and an 8.
Yeah, 8, and then, you know, 10 with the duster, and +1 from booze, so, yeah.
At some point during your drunken escapades, in fact, one question for you, do you order another round of drinks?
What?
Do
No,
you
just-
order another
Just
round
the one
of
for me.
drinks? Does anybody else get more drinks, or do you all just drink the one?
Mayunda has had way too much and knows it. And I doubt anyone will let her have more alcohol.
I'm saving for better armor. so I don't buy more.
Well, Violet would pass the remaining 500 caps to the two that hadn't been paid. Split evenly. And then proceed to step over to the Griffiness, who's running the place, and get dinner for everyone.
Wait, 500? Where'd you get 500?
It's 500 caps to split between the two of you. So 250 for Mayunda, 250 for Blueberry.
Ah, right. Because we hadn't been handed it yet.
That's you literally just been handed it.
Okay. I thought you were talking about a separate 500. I was like, wait, where was that in the deal?
I mean, you could have tried pressure for more, but you didn't.
Mayunda
Sorry,
puts
cool.
100 caps on the bar and says, "Barrel of beer for everybody."
The Griffin looks down at you from one eye, looks to Violet.
Violet shakes her head.
Blueberry shakes his head.
I met everybody else in the bar who hasn't had a free drink. They get one on me. I'm way too drunk.
I like you. She'll push the caps back and pull out a bottle of Wild Pegasus. You can have one drink for free just because you're so generous. Also, gain +2 karma.
I know my limit, and my limit is I don't have feelings anymore and don't feel. Oh. Never mind.
Make an endurance roll to see if you pass out.
She's out!
So as you're mid-conversation with the Griffin, you fall forward onto the bar and just clonk out and fall asleep.
And that puts her back on his back again.
You know what? I like her.
I guess I'll take that drink.
She shrugs and lets you take the shot. You should bring her back round here more often, when she's more sober and she can pay me more money. Adagio, you were doing something before you got interrupted by Fee passing out.
Yes, I was buying everybody food, preferably water.
The Griffin looks at you after giving the shot. Ugh, water? You're no fun.
No, but we're probably going out on some sort of expedition tomorrow, and aside from our little zebra friend here, the rest of us would probably not like to have raging hangovers while we're trying to deal with things. No offense, good alcohol, but food and water would be appreciated.
Oh, if you're worried about hangovers, you just need to try my boy's patented hangover cure-all. It's great.
We'll get one of those from you in the morning for Mayunda.
She grumbles, and then she'll go out. How many of you are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 bottles of water. Well, it's not 6 for the kid. 6 bottles of water and a mix of just veg for food. She's a Griffin. She cooks meat. She's not really used to cooking for equines.
I'll take whatever you're making. I'm not picky.
Oh, well, that's just perfect. Because I made Radroach casserole.
Violet will put a hoof up and shrug. Oh well.
Question.
Yes.
Do different alcohols stack?
Yes.
Okay, so I have a 10 charisma.
You're also at -2 intelligence and +2 strength.
So she gives you a taster of the Radroach casserole, and it is the best fucking thing you've ever ate. Because I just GM rolled it, and she got a 1. So yeah, this is the best food you've ever ate.
Yeah, I'll take that. I don't know about the rest of my compatriots and how they feel about meat, but I'll take a serving of that. That's really good.
Sunrise will take a serving.
Blueberry will too. He's been a mercenary for a while now. You kind of get used to that kind of thing.
Seabreeze looks at you all just a little bit disgusted. Ew.
Blueberry's going to look at Seabreeze. Sometimes you don't have a choice but to eat meat, and then you get used to it.
Violet looks over at Seabreeze. We don't always have access to fruit and veg. We have to eat what's available.
But the Griffin just offered you that.
I'm not picky. I've been out in the wasteland long enough that, honestly, a cooked meal is better than something that comes out of a can.
Mommy Zeeb is better.
Mommy Zeeb is passed out, but if you want fruit and veg, all you have to do is ask.
She nods. And then jumps over to your back, Blueberry, and starts trying to wake up Myenda so she can prove that you're all wrong.
Blueberry's going to pick up Seabreeze and put her on the floor. Leave her alone. She's passed out.
But she's smart.
Violet looks at the barrel of booze, looks at a passed out Myenda, looks at the barrel of booze, looks at Seabreeze. She drank herself into a coma and she's the smart one.
Yes, she smells.
What?
Failed to save her.
Oh, right. Failed to save the girl, failed to save on the roll. Nice.
At some point, Sapphire's wandered in. After you've away, it cost you, let's just call it 30 caps for all of the mentions, food, water, etc. Because this Griffin really likes you for some reason. So after a while, you've all eaten. Music starts playing in the bar. You see Rhythm is up on a stage playing a guitar. It's actually not bad. Sapphire wanders at one point, takes one look at Myenda. That one drank too much again, didn't it?
Yep. I'm going to keep an eye on her.
Please do, this one would appreciate it. When you sober up in the morning, Avarice would like to see you. She has more work.
I'm not drunk, but it probably would be best to wait for the morning.
Yes, Adagio. Yes.
Because,
Sorry, go on.
let's be honest, the soundtrack to Metro 2033 fits with Fallout better than Fallout 3's soundtrack does.
Let's be honest, Metro 23 isn't even a bad game.
Well, it's a fantastic game. It's a shit rendition of the story, but it's a fantastic game.
Anyway, sidetracked. What was I talking about again? Oh yeah. So yeah, the music is playing. Sapphires came in and told you about Avarice wanting to see you. What else are you doing? Sapphire, after she's spoken to you, goes up to the bar herself and just kind of sits awkwardly.
So was that 30 caps among the whole thing, or 30 caps per person?
Just for the whole thing, for your water and your meal.
Jeez, that's extremely generous. The water alone for 6 people would be 120 caps normally.
And the Griffin likes you for whatever reason.
So how are we paying, guys?
I've got this.
All right, thanks. Because like I said, I'm trying to save up for better armor. Blueberry will make up for it later.
Well, I mean, realistically, I have the least need for caps because you guys do all the fighting. I just keep you healed.
So, are you going to do anything else, or do you go to bed, or what do you do?
Blueberry's gonna finish eating and then take Miranda and go to one of the rooms that the group has.
Sundance will finish his meal and water, thank Blueberry for paying for it, and then head off to his room.
Blueberry's not the one that paid for it. Violet is.
Sorry, he'll thank Violet for the meal and then head to his room.
And you, Dazio?
Well, Violet will happily finish her meal and proceed to just idle while listening to the music for a while, because honestly, that's one of the few joys in the Wasteland is when you get to hear music. So she'll sit around until she gets tired enough to, want to go to bed.
It's really good. Rhythm is actually one of the best you've heard. Her instrument is not the best, but she's making up for it. She's doing a very good job.
I really think we should help her find new strings. Maybe a better instrument. I'll have to keep that as a side note.
So, unless you want to clear info, I'm just going to jump ahead to the morning. I'm assuming you just stay up until you grow tired and Seabreeze falls asleep in your back and you take her to bed.
Well, I put her to bed.
You put her to bed?
That has connotations that
Oh,
I'm
no.
not interested in joining.
Fuck off. That does not have those connotations here. You're making that.
I'm just messing with you.
I know you are, and I approve of it, but fuck you anyway. Because I did the exact same thing to all of you when I'm given the opportunity.
I'm fucking with you. Good for you. Now, fuck off.
So, morning rolls around. Adagio, roll me a 1d4. Glacier, Blueberry's the first one to wake up.
Okay.
What are you doing?
He's staying in his room for now. I know, very uneventful, but...
Wow, so exciting. No, that's fine.
He has a very, very drunk, probably extremely hungover zebra.
Oh, fuck off, another 3. Okay, that's you now, James. James, what are you doing? You woke up next.
He'll wake up, stretch, scratch, see who else is up, say hello, and then probably just go outside for a walk to get some fresh air.
He's going to take a walk.
Yes?
Why would you bother rolling a 1d4 minus 4?
Because I want to know how late in the morning she gets up.
That's a 0, though.
Okay. So
He's just walking. He's just walking around the bar/hotel to get some fresh air, and then coming back in again.
A very enthusiastic walk.
extremely enthusiastic walk. So you go outside. The bar's been cleaned up since last night. During the night it got pretty loud and ruckusy because they have a new musician and she's pretty damn good. What the hell happened to my roll 20? What the fuck? Has the background just disappeared for all of you?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay, roll 20 is deciding to break. 1 sec.
Roll 20. You're drunk. Go to bed.
That sounds a bit me most nights.
Fee, I just saw that thing you linked earlier today in food and drink. Oh god.
Whiskey marmalade.
No way.
Made in England, and they can't ship
No way.
They can't ship it to me yet.
Oh fuck. I will buy some and ship it to you.
In the meantime,
Sorry, I got sidetracked. Also, my roll 20 is back to functioning.
Drunk Z
So-
was drunk.
Drunk Zebra I will get to. So, you go outside and you go for your walk and you see the, not the Griffiness, but the Griffin out having a smoke. Violet, you wake up, nobody else is awake. The bar is more or less empty. There's a couple of people kind of milling in and out. The Griffiness is still behind the bar, asleep, and her son is out having a smoke.
Well, it's morning, so Violet stretches, makes sure to cast clean on herself before she steps out, and heads out to take a walk around the town.
As you come out the door, you bump into Sundance.
Oh, hello.
Sorry about bumping into you. Like that.
That's no problem at all. No problem.
Take it the others are still asleep.
Yeah. I just came out to get some fresh air.
Well, I'm gonna go check in with Avarice. Apparently, there were some things that they wanted to talk to us about.
Yes, something about a job. I will accompany you, so I will.
Well, in that case, give me a moment. She walks back upstairs and gently lifts Seabreeze and taps on Blueberry's door.
Doesn't respond.
Blueberry, can you keep an eye on Seabreeze for me? She's still asleep, but I need to go talk to Avarice.
Harry sighs, gets up, opens the door. Could you bring her here?
Carefully lifts her off her back.
Okay. Takes Seabreeze and I guess puts her on whatever soft furniture is in the room.
There's
Well,
a small like Chester drawer, a small little what would we call it? The cushion seat thing, and the bed that Miranda's passed the fuck out in.
Miranda's
I'll put
tiny
her on
and
the
so is...
cushion thing.
I was gonna say, Miranda's tiny and so is Seabreeze. They'd fit on the same bed comfortably.
You would probably also fit if you really wanted to.
Yeah, but then that gets weird after that point.
Well, maybe with my own of it, not with the kid. Not unless you're doing weird things, in which case you're weird. Anyway, you take custody of the child.
Okay. But
Thanks, Blueberry. I'm gonna go talk to Avarice and see what he wants us to do. Or Chi? I can't remember.
I had the description, but Roll20 just crashed again. I have told you it before, but I've also forgotten it, so if you give me 2 seconds, I'll pull it up. Once my Roll20 decides it wants to let me in. I tell you, I'm having Night of the Living fucking tech issues.
Roll20 just doesn't seem to like you, does it?
You must
That
call
too.
the Indian man for tech support.
No. No. Calling tech support is the bane of my existence.
Hello, this is Tech Support right here. How can I help you?
Oh, God damn it. You're all terrible.
Just let me know when Mayunda wakes up.
I'm getting to you next. It is a brown coated, black maned unicorn mare. She's a bit older, in her like 40s. She's starting to go a bit grey. Anyway, description over and done with.
Oh boy.
By the way, there you go. It's in general.
Oh God.
I see it, but I'm not gonna watch it. I'll watch it after the
Yeah,
game.
because if I watch, I'll distract myself. So you, I assume, head out into the room and make me to Abby's place.
Now it won't even start up. What do I do?
I will jump back to you. So, about an hour after the child is deposited, Mayunda, you wake up with a fucking killer hangover.
I deserve this. I didn't save her. Oh God, child. It's too early in the morning. Where's my
Child is asleep.
Where's my potato pony coffee?
wait, what?
You know, coffee with booze in it.
Irish coffee, potato pony.
I'm sorry you had to look after me all night. I get drunk when I fail at shit. And I fail a lot. She stumbles over to Blueberry and curls up against his leg.
Do you remember what I messaged you?
Hmm?
Do you remember what I just messaged you a few minutes ago?
Yep.
That's how she wakes up. I got distracted and didn't hear when you...
No. Go back, because I'm not privy to this. Describe to me how she wakes up. Describe how she does.
He's basically just been laying there waiting for her to wake up.
So lying in the same bed as her.
To quote, being held like a teddy bear.
So, V, that is how Mayunda wakes up, being held like a teddy bear.
Mayunda has the worst headache, wraps her arms around Blueberry's neck, and cuddles into him while sobbing about not being able to save the dead mayor.
Just lets her do that. That's... Because, yeah, there was obviously a reason that she was, you know...
Got fucking hammered.
booze diving.
I mean, I was originally
That's,
going to let that
that's
happen.
not a normal thing.
I was originally going to let that happen last night, but then Roll20 decided to give you a crit fail and fuck over my plans, so yeah. So yeah, you have your moment in the morning. Takes you a good half an hour to an hour to get it all out of your system. You've woken up enough now that you realise you didn't eat last night and you're really, really fucking hungry. V?
Mayunda is more worried about the hangover than anything else. And about the fact that she apparently feels like she failed again. You all just assumed she was a happy-go-lucky drunk all the time. She has a reason for getting drunk. No one's asked.
Yeah, Blueberry's just gonna let that out. And then see what she wants to do about everything.
Okay, whilst you bawl your eyes out like a child, I'm going to jump over to... Oh god, I've drawn a blank. Violet and Sundance.
Violet's asking around as to where Avarice is.
Eventually you find just two nondescript guards and they point you in the direction of her house, which is just outside the doctor's tent. And out guarding the front are the two Chucklefuck brothers themselves.
Is Avarice awake?
Just, I know this off. Did I give them names or not? I don't remember.
I don't think we ever asked.
I will cut off names. To a number one nods. Yes, she's awake.
Cool. She wanted to talk to us.
He lifts a hoof for you to stop. And he knocks on the door twice and enters. Closes the door behind them. Comes back out 2 minutes later and opens the door for you to come in.
I do.
So, her house is just a little one-story type bungalow, but it is very well furnished for the wasteland. It's got fancy chairs and fancy tables. She's got a nice big settee for you to sit on, and she's got a solid oak desk. She's currently sitting behind that desk, typing away in a terminal.
Ah, this is quite the office you have here.
Not an office, a home. Sit in the seat, I'll be with you in a minute. She motions to the couch settee for you to sit. After a couple of minutes, she finishes typing whatever she's typing up and sits across from you in a nice big leather chair. So, I have more work if you're interested.
Well, that depends on what the work is and what it entails.
Well, as you know, we had an issue of a couple of people dying, cancer because of the medicine. And that weird alicorn, the tiny one brought in, she's with followers, and she's saying if we can get the taint to them... Sorry, not taint. What was it called again?
IMP?
No, that was in character. She's forgotten in character.
I believe it was IMP?
Yeah, that stuff. She says if we can get it to her sisters and followers, they can maybe come up with a cure and maybe help us turn out a little bit with some more medical supplies. Small issue with that, though. their missionary is towards the city. We can't go south right now. There's a raider gang blocking the road. That's why I was so adamant that we have healing supplies, because the trade would dry up otherwise. So, what I need you to do is go and clear the raiders out from wherever they're hiding. I don't really know. You would need to go and speak to Mustang and his new friend Dal. If you can clear them out, there's money in it, and then I can move the caravans that way again. And then there'll be another job from your friends looking to take the barrel itself.
Alright. I will run it by the others, and we should have a consensus before the end of the day.
That would be the ideal, because you were surprisingly effective. I kind of expected you to all go there and die horribly, if I'm honest. She says that with a completely straight face. But yeah, if you could get back to me, I need to have somebody clear the roads. We're starting to have problems.
Fair enough. And with that, she looks at Everest. If we do decide to take up the job, we will discuss payment and the details of the contract at that point.
That gives me more time to go and speak to Mustang, because he has more information than I do.
Alrighty.
You're free to go. If you need more work, there's a bounty board in the Trader 10. The Trader Pen, it's up by my desk. And I don't know, maybe Lectra has more work for you, I don't know.
Alrighty.
With that, she gets up and opens the door for you.
I step out and look at Sundance.
Back to the group then?
Seems to be the case.
Well, let us go then and discuss what we have learned.
Roll me perception real quick, you two.
Any bonuses?
Nope, just a flat perception. Neither of you hear diddly fuck. Okay, that's fine.
We see both of Jack and shit.
Yep. Okay, back to the others. So, Miranda, Blueberry, what are you two doing?
Being inhibited from drinking her problems under the table.
Pretty much.
Have you both gotten up at this point?
Probably.
Have you made your ways downstairs?
Probably.
Saying that, do people want to stop here and take a break?
I believe we were all about to meet each other downstairs at the bar with a hungover zebra, a semi-conscious child, a very, very caring giant blue stallion, and a unicorn who's lost in a daze.
Did they bang last night?
No.
Okay. Just an important question I need to ask.
Does Blueberry really seem like the type to take advantage of something like that?
No, but Mayunda seems like the type to force that situation.
She passed out! You're forgetting that she literally passed out. She didn't get the option.
Entirely fair.
Mayunda eyes him really hard and looks at him and goes, "What do you mean talk to you? What did I say while I was drunk last night?"
You mentioned failing.
Yeah, I do that a lot.
Just remember what I said.
She gives him the suspicious eye.
What did you say, Glacier, for the benefit of the rest of us? What did you say for the rest of our benefit?
While she was venting, all he did was say that if she ever needed to talk to someone, she could talk to him. That's it.
So, you've made your way downstairs. Breakfast is being served at the moment. The elder Griffin, Griffiness, sorry, is gone. You don't know where she is. She must be in her bed. It's her, the red one, manning the bar. Bar's empty save for Sapphire, who's just doing that weird Alicon thing where they sit in the corner and say nothing and don't move and do not breathe. Meanwhile, Sundancer and Violet come back on in.
Okay, I'll take the initiative here. Violet walks up to whoever's behind the counter, orders a simple breakfast, and goes and sits at the table.
After a couple of minutes, pancakes are brought over. They are rolling it down. They are adequate pancakes. You are charged 40 caps for everybody.
Mayunda inhales them one entire pancake at a time.
Blueberry eats pancakes normally.
Violet pays and sits down and eats a couple pancakes and sips the water as she waits for everybody to kind of wake up. She also looks at the female griffin and goes, "By the way, one of those hangover cures."
Female griffin isn't there, but the male griffin obliges you and disappears into the kitchen for about 10 minutes.
Make sure to pay him by putting the caps in his mouth so he can't talk.
Seabreeze looks over you, half asleep. Why would you do that? That's mean. He's a nice griffin.
She looks at Seabreeze because I'm flirting with him and I'm waiting for him to realize it. I'm really
Seabreeze?
hungover.
Yes?
I want you to be as loud as you possibly can when you're talking to Mommy too.
Okay.
Why would
Blueberry looks at Violet like, that's just evil.
She stares at Violet with the you traitor look.
Traitor!
You did this to yourself.
You're right, I did. For good reason. My ears hurt.
As... You two go. Continue.
Glacier God.
Huh?
No, you and Fee continue. It was me. You and Fee continue.
Oh, okay. Violet looks at Mayunda. You have to get into the mindset that you can't save everyone. Do you know how far down in the bottle I would be if I started drinking every single time I didn't save someone?
Your land sucks.
I mean, that's a fair assessment, but realistically, your land did this to us. She takes a sip of her water as she looks at Mayunda.
Damn, that got racist. That got real racist.
Can you not yell while coloring?
But I want you to look at my pretty pictures.
I will.
Also, mommy number one, that was really mean.
Mommy number one is not a nice mommy. But you need a mean mommy because I would be too nice. Now, what's your picture?
She has drawn a picture of you, well, all of you actually, and she's riding on mommy number one's back. It's, you know, standard child picture. She tried really hard though.
That's really nice.
Yes, that's very lovely, my dear.
Yelling top of her lungs. Thank you, mommy number two.
Covers ears and groans.
After about 10 minutes, the griffin comes over, puts down a glass of what can best be described as green sludge, and holds out Talon for payment. 10 gaps.
Violet pays up and looks over at Seabreeze. Now you can go back to using your inside voice.
Okay. Man, this green sludge just looks funny.
Mayunda will stare at the bartender in angry drunk.
You don't have to drink it. Paid me my money, I don't care.
She turns it up and shoots it without tasting it.
A tiny bit still gets onto your tongue despite your best efforts, and it is horrible. It's bitter. It's greasy. It's disgusting.
She is disappointed with life at the moment.
Why did mommy number two drink the stuff if it was going to make her sick?
'Cause medicine never tastes good.
But the medicine in the clouds did.
I'll explain why it tasted better in the clouds when you're older.
Then I want to know now.
Mayunda proceeds to explain to her what a placebo is.
Let me just roll intelligence to see if she grasps the concept. Also, your hangover is going away surprisingly fast. Whatever it was, it worked. And she grasped the concept of a placebo. Oh. So that's why it all tasted really nice.
Uh-huh, it wasn't always medicine. It was just something to made to look like medicine so your body would think it got medicine and heal faster.
But why would they lie to us? That's really mean. They're supposed to tell the truth.
You're right. They're supposed to tell the truth, and you should always tell the truth. But some of those people up in the clouds are dicks, and we don't like dicks.
Speak for yourself.
Realizes what she just said and went, not that kind of dick, Violet. The kind of dick that is... We don't like assholes. There. I said we don't like assholes. I will cuss in front of the child and be fine with it.
That also has
This
other
out loud.
connotations, I will point out.
You know, you're not making your case any different.
Blueberry's just gonna say some people would disagree.
Yeah, you keep talking. I like I like what I see down below, but you know.
Blueberry's gonna shut up.
And when she says you know, she points at small child.
Sundance, what's your reaction to this?
That's a good question.
Meanwhile, as the conversation develops,
Sundance.exe is broken. Please reboot Sundance.exe.
So this is the whole Frieza moment where you just hear like metal grinding and Frieza leans forward.
Yeah.
no, this is the this is happening moment.
It's happening. It's happening. It's happening. So Sundance is just stunned. Somehow the child has not lost her innocence. Violet, what were you trying to say?
Violet was going to look at Mayunda and go, yes, and it's because mommy number 2 passed out last night that mommy number 1 was left high and dry.
Oh shit, son! Shots fired.
Can I just roll willpower real quick here?
Sure.
And with that, he will subconsciously say, well, if she wanted some, all you had to do was ask.
There was a small child in the room.
Yeah, as he was doing
There
his
is
whole
now.
blank stare.
You're all going to end up banging, having an orgy, aren't you?
Highly unlikely, actually.
I know Fee too well. She's going to try.
Nope.
Well, here's the primary drawback to trying to do that. There is a small child consistently with us.
You're about to try and pawn her off.
Yeah, well, considering Mustang's response last night, she's not going to bother going back to talk to him.
You know, we ended up being mommy number 1 and number 2 without actually doing the fun part of being mommy.
Eye twitches.
Come
Hi,
on.
Tom.
Anyway, on to the news. I spoke with Avarice this morning. Apparently they're having a raider problem south of the town.
By the way, does anyone walk over to Sundance to snap him out of his stupor?
No, you're fascinated with that ass.
Okay, continue.
Oh, hold on. How fascinated is he?
He is absorbed. Like, he's not even paying attention to your entire conversation at this point.
Am I drooling a little?
Roll me a 1d2 real quick. In fact, I'll just do it. Yes, you're drilling.
Okay,
Roll me a
continue.
1d2. Bowls. 1 was yes, 2 was yes.
No, 2 is no. I'm not cruel.
I'm
Okay.
back.
Hi, Tom. Does anyone want to fill Tom in?
I was going to say, why don't we roll back the clock so Tom has the opportunity to wake up and do what...
Yeah, that's a good idea. So, Tom, you finish the evening with everybody getting hammered. Oh, sorry, no, not everybody. One specific person getting absolutely hammered. Miranda gets shit-faced. The rest of them got either tipsy or drank a little, went to bed, or stayed up late enjoying the music. You woke up in the morning to find that Violet and Sundancer were not there, and that Blueberry and Miranda were still sleeping. What do you do in the morning?
Get up, take care of all the basic necessities, look around for breakfast, and before I find out about the raider jobs, I'm going to check with the... I'm not sure if it's Smithy or what, if they need any help doing repair work. At least until my friends sober up.
Sure. Sorry. Yeah, you make your way to the workshop. Sorry, I'm just going to throw down because I hadn't actually thought that out. Workshop's up here. Where's text? Yeah, you make your way to the workshop. There's only one person in there at the moment. It's Brisk of all ponies. Brisk is the only one in there at the moment. Why didn't he talk and go? Yeah, so Brisk is in there, working away on a bit of sheet metal, try to stamp it into some sort of armour for himself. He's not making that good a job of it.
Ask Brisk if he'd like a little help.
He'll stop for a minute, look up at you, pull out a smoke. Do you smoke?
Yes, I do.
He'll offer you a cigarette and light it up for you.
I'll light up the smoke. Do they have cutting torches and such?
Yeah, it's a communal workshop, so they got cutting torches, wrenches, sort of stuff you would need.
Well, before I light the smoke, because I think he's got too big a piece of sheet metal, I'm going to light up the torch, act like I'm going to cut with it, light my cigarette, and then start cutting it down in half so we can get a nice, easy double-layered metal. And then I'm going to start working it into a form for Brisk's chest.
Roll me repair and mechanics at -10 because you're doing the full work. In fact, no minus because you've got a workbench in there. It's 25, so plus 15.
No plus or minus?
Plus 15.
Plus 15, thank you.
Holy shit. Okay. Yeah, so after a couple of hours of work, you managed to hammer out some sheet metal armor for Brisk. At one point, a guard comes along, and he just kind of sits watching you as work at the moment, waiting for you to finish up.
I stop and see what the guard wants.
Any of your citizens? of Ashtown?
I'm a wandering cobbler.
So that's a no, you do not have citizenship.
Are you here to hassle me for money?
To use the communal workshop, it's 50 caps.
Ouch.
Tell you what, take it up with the little blue dragon.
What, Electra?
Of race or whatever his name is.
Avarice is a unicorn.
Oh, got him backwards.
It's also a female. You're telling me that Avarice is letting you use it for free?
That I don't know. I haven't seen anybody to ask to pay who to pay. And no offense, we were hassled yesterday for money to come in when we were doing work for the town.
You see him face off. Did it happen to be the two zebras?
Yes, the two zebras.
Oh,
Actually, no, I say the two zebrats.
Ooh.
I'm gonna have to smack them upside the head. Look, if you don't say anything to Avarice about them two trying to shake you down, I'll just forget about you using the workshop whenever I see you.
Alright, I'll do work for you too if you need something fixed.
I don't have the money for that, but thanks anyway. He'll fly off. With a lot of purpose and speed looking for two zebras.
Who made the comment about the zebra?
You said zebrat.
You're the only one who's ever said zebra. That's the first time I ever heard that word.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't call me under that.
So, you stamp out this sheet metal armor for Brisk. He's very happy with your work.
And I'll check in later on the drunken party members.
Only one of them was drunk.
Alright.
So about towards the end of breakfast, Grease wanders in with a slightly singed mane from all her work. She's a bit sweaty. She's mostly clean, just really sweaty. She wanders in and sits down. And where did we leave off your conversation about banging each other?
Vadet was gonna tell everyone about the meeting we had with Avarice while I'm staring at her and drooling.
There we go, thank you.
This is where our conversations go. This is why we can't have nice things.
Yes. Also, Tom, gain +2 karma because you didn't even ask for payment.
Thank you. Now is not the time to ask for payment.
No, you could have asked, you just didn't, and he's a raider, he's not going to offer. He's a dick. Anyway, Violet, I believe you were going to explain.
Hello?
Hello? That you?
Sorry, I'm in a phone call with a friend of mine. I'll be right back.
In the meantime, we need to find Grease Smear. She's handy with a wrench, and I have a busted machine gun.
Also, I'm going to direct your attention to it now because I've just remembered now that you said that. Greaseman, and if you look, you can see what you need for the 5th cal, and everybody else can look at what you have to do for the BTR. I've also included some. I spoke to Tom Knoll, and I've got some preliminary stats, and he also came up with a small description or flavor text, or you would call it, for the vehicle. It is subject to change, but I'm reasonably certain that'll be fine.
I thought I went through the 50 cal and basically came down to what was usable was the lower receiver.
If you check the 5th cal, I wrote it all down and told you what you need to fix it.
Well, I got enough. I just picked up enough scrap metal to try and do the repairs. But I'm going to be a little greedy and say, Miunda, if I can get some more scrap metal, I won't have it. I can make the attempt.
She looks at you and says, how much do you need?
I estimate 20, but I have some myself. So if you can't get 20, I'll take what you can get.
She pushes you 60 caps and looks at you. It better be in pristine condition.
Passes back 50 of the caps, and I'll say, let's see if I need more.
Looks at you funny because you didn't take payment, but shrugs and hands you the 50.
Miunda, friends and coworkers normally will help each other. I'm going to help you for nothing but materials. I'm then going to walk back to the trader's shop and look and see if I can get any more scrap metal.
Okay, go to make a token and roll me luck. Fucking nat 10, really? So as you come in to the trader post, you see Pegasus, two Pegasi actually, wandering off with two massive boxes of scrap metal. And as you go around each of the vendors, they tell you that they sold every last bit of scrap metal that they had on stock at the moment to two Pegasi wearing Talon armor.
I look, shake my head and say, well, let's see what I can do.
We'll have more if you come back later.
I'll be back later then. I come back, I see little Miunda, and hand her 10 caps and said, I'm going to repair what I can with what I got. Some Pegasi just bought all of the scrap metal. And I will take the 50 cal, go across the street, and start working on the first repair. Now, does taking your time when doing repairs help anything?
You can elect to take 50, but it takes 3 times as long, but you don't have to roll the die.
And if I crit, if I do roll the die and I crit,
it takes half the time and the repair comes out better. So it's your choice to take no risk, but take twice or take 3 times as long, or to take the risk and potentially crit fail or crit succeed.
I'll ask Miunda to come along and help me, because that should take.
You're gonna ask the incompetently bad at repair Zeeb to come help you.
All I'm asking you to do is pass me tools when I need it, or water.
Okay.
Okay, I'll ask
No,
Sundancer?
No, Mayunda will come help you and insist on bringing Small Child. Because Small Child could learn a thing or two.
Small Child is all too happy to come along.
There,
They're going to spend both. Go ahead.
There, you get 10 to the roll. 5 from Mayunda and 5 from the child.
You both need to roll your repair. Said Sheldon has... That's the wrong child, that's Lemon.
I'm terrible at this.
I said hammer, not a wrench.
You just asked for something to bash with.
Holy shit, child is not nearly as bad.
I'm sorry, Drew. Your reaction was so proper.
Can I have help?
You can help, yes.
I regret my decision.
so here's what happens. So Grease, I'm guessing this happens after you've all had your conversation about the job, so we'll come back to that. So after you had all that conversation, you go to the workshop to work in the 50 cal. Grease, you decide that you want a bit of help, and Mandy, you want the child to learn a few skills about, you know, life in the wasteland, and Bluey, you're just bored and looking for something to do, so you come along. So, Grease is asking for various tools at various points, and the child is given the correct ones. You know, she's learning which tool is which, so which one's a wrench, which one's a hammer, which one's a ball-peen hammer. But every time that she offers the right one, Mayunda says no, it needs to be something bigger to bash. And then Blueberry, you also say the same thing. You're convinced that if it's a hammer, it has to be big and has to be like a sledgehammer and just fucking thud it into the gun. In fact, at one point, Fee, you offer to use the sledgehammer.
Oh, Lord.
Makes sense. Seems accurate.
Next time, do it the safe way. Don't do it yourself.
But yeah, can you roll me your repair mechanics, please, Tom?
What's the minus?
There isn't one. There's a plus 15 because you're working in a workshop. Unless you want to just do it flat out, it takes you the 3 hours. Per
No,
one check.
it's a hard check. Though.
Oh, yeah, it's a hard check. Hard is minus 25, isn't it?
Art is minus 20 plus 15. It's an overall minus 5.
Yeah, minus 5.
I got the barrel fixed. Or reformed.
Yeah, you do a good job. You basically reforge a barrel almost. Are you going to continue further work on it, or are you going to leave it there? Because that's taking you about an hour and a half. Tom, you cut out if you were speaking.
I'm going to work on the extractor next.
Okay, make me your rolls at the same minus 5. Let's jump back a bit in time to use all sitting down and talking now.
Yeah, sorry about that. I had to take that call.
Yeah, no, it's no problem.
Alright, so we've decided that, you know, we're gonna take the job and clean out the raiders on the South Road.
After we see if Mayunda's totally up for this. She just wants really badly to see if we can fix this machine gun first. And then probably attach it to a custom fit battle saddle for her.
Because, I mean, if we could, it'd be helpful.
You know what? I'm not gonna disagree, and I figure, you know, we're gonna spend the remainder of the day in town, get some rest, fix up our gear, make sure that we're all set for another tussle with something extremely dangerous, and then we'll head out on the following day.
Works for me if I get this done.
Just
Well,
make
yeah,
your
do
own
you have any ammunition for this?
Uh-huh. She holds up a belt of 147 rounds.
Don't tell me you linked every piece together.
Nope. Came like this.
A little surprised because they know what 50s come in. That's a lot of links.
They did not come like that. She's lying to you because she found them individually on the fucking APC floor.
That's true. She picked up each and every one and then shoved it into the belt.
Wow.
So, I assume you all talk out the job, and that's fine. So, after you all discuss it and you all agree you're going to work together again, Seabreeze, Mayunda, Grease, and Blueberry all go off to the workshop to work on the 5th cal, leaving Sundancer and Violet. Tom, can you make 2 more rolls at -5, please? Well, it wasn't a crit fail, but you don't improve the extractor. The range jammed, and you use up all your 5 scrap metal on it. The feeding mechanism, however, you do manage to repair, unless you want to declare that you did it to the extractor again. Tom? Tom, you forgot your own pitch stock again.
I'm trying to talk with my mic off. No, I'll fix the extractor because that way I can get the parts ready and get. Because I'm going to need at least 5 more scrap to do the feed mechanism, and one of the things I'm going to do is make sure there's a formed assist carriage for getting the 50 cals from the feed tray or from the box up into the feed mechanism. I'm assuming Fiora has seen the pictures of M60s with C-ration cans kind of spot loaded to them.
I've picked up one of those.
So you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, can somebody see if they can find that image and send it to me, because I'm interested. Anyway, moving on. So you're working on that gun for a good 3 hours, with the least helpful Zebra who keeps telling you to use the sledgehammer. The child who's surprisingly good at this and actually gets +5 to repair mechanics, and then Blueberry's just useless. Sorry, Blueberry, you can't read. You don't know what tool is what. So, that leaves Violet and Sundancer. What are you two doing as they all wander off?
Well, unless Violet turns around and says anything, I'm still staring at her ass and drooling.
Do yourself a favor, roll a willpower before Violet has a chance to turn around.
Yeah, I would roll willpower real quick. You managed to stop staring intensely.
I'll just give my head a quick shake.
Just about the time that Violet turns around to look at him.
Yes.
You can roll perception to see if you catch him, if you so desire. Nah, you didn't notice.
But there
No,
is a
but-
large.
Oh,
Go ahead,
Don.
Adagio. There's a large puddle between Sundancer's front hooves.
Yeah, he's been drilling.
She raises an eyebrow at him and looks, kind of smirking. Well, see something you like.
That is a thirsty
What?
stallion.
Damn, he in the desert, son.
I'm sorry, but maybe.
Well, considering I was watching over a child pretty much all evening, I'm still a little exhausted. So, unless everybody needs my assistance for something, I'm going to go take a nap. And I look over at the Griffin. The room's still open, or am I paying up for another day?
If you can give me 10 minutes, I'll go and clean it. You can use it for the rest of today, but I'll kick you at night.
What's it cost for the night?
It's another 30 caps if you want it for another night. Avarice only gave you the one freebie.
She's gonna see if she can't negotiate him down a little bit.
He is straight, so you get your bonuses.
She looks at him and says, can we maybe do 20? I've got to make sure that I've got enough for medical supplies to clear out those raiders south of town. He's apparently not interested.
Sorry, I was sending an image that I found. He just kind of gives you a hard look. 30 caps. Take it or leave it.
I'll take it, I'll take it.
He takes his caps and he flies up off into the room and starts to clear it up for you for the next day's usage. Also check art and pictures just so we can see what Sundancer is looking like.
I would have to say that's pretty accurate. Though, it makes me wonder, what kind of liquid are they producing to create rivers underwater?
Well, sidetrack here, I know, but it's sort of relevant to the game.
Very heavy water.
Supposedly, the whole point of them all being alive is because of radiation from the nuclear tests at Bikini Bottom. There you go, we factoid for you. Anyway, so, he comes back after 10 minutes, carrying down used sheets and broom and all that. He's cleaned your room and he's happy to let you use it again. Do you just go straight up to your room, or do you stick around, or what do you do?
You know what? She's gonna throw a little bit of a tease at Sundancer as she steps upstairs.
What do you say to him?
There's generally enough room on the bed for two, but I think I'm going solo today.
Harsh!
Wow. Blue balls much of that as you?
Wait, what?
He's gonna blush and say, "Okay, I understand."
I think I missed that last line. What?
Harsh!
Them balls be blue.
Hard from fuck!
Her comment to Sundancer was, "The bed's big enough for two, but I think I'm going solo for today."
Wow.
Oh, that is you. That's terrible. After you make your comment and you make your way upstairs, you see Riven pass you by, and she's with some stallion as they come down. They're very messy. They're very smelly. And she is a very happy mare. Everybody in the party, please gain +3 karma because you managed to get somebody out from a shitty life into a decent life.
Did that also include me?
Everybody, you helped to get her back to town, so plus 3, yeah, +3 karma.
Excellent. I have 3.
So, Sundancer, after you get teased and blue balls, what are you up to?
What's the cheapest beer they've got?
It's horse piss. It's like 2 caps.
Leftovers from Mayunda's barrel.
Yeah, it's the literal dregs from her barrel.
He will spend 2 caps for a pint.
You drink the dirty zebra drag beer.
I just got blue balled.
Roll endurance to see if you get sick. Because she's been dancing in rain or blood. Yep, you get sick. I will specify what your sickness will be later.
Okay.
It even tastes bad. You regret buying that. Back to our quadruple fucklets and the repair shed. What are you up to?
Helping as best as I can with my 28. I just read 23. It's 23.
Mayunda will realize that she's useless. Look over at Blueberry. Make sure she gets back to us when you guys are done, and then go look for the alicorn.
The alicorn has done the weird zone out thing where she's just staring into space.
By the way, I found the clip you guys were talking about and linked it.
She walks up and pokes her friend.
Oh, huh? She wakes up, looks down. Oh, hi, little one. This one did not hear you.
I'm sorry.
No, do not be sorry. This one was just...
No. I'm sorry about what I said yesterday. I was upset and it wasn't fair.
Oh, no, this one's okay. This one is just sorry it could not do more.
No, I know you. You did more than you should have. And it didn't work.
This one is... Has Avarice spoken to you yet?
Yeah, we gotta go deal with raiders.
Yes, this one spoke to her. This one thinks we can send the IMP to the mission, but we need to clear the road so we can get to the mission and it may do some good. This one hopes. This one's going to stay here and help the doctor. She needs the assistance. Will you be coming back to Ashtown?
When we're done with the raiders, probably.
I mean, will you be coming to visit this one regularly?
You couldn't keep me away from you if you tried.
She wraps you in a tight hug.
Okay, enough of the PDA.
She doesn't care, she continues.
Man, my big mouth.
Sundancer, as you're drinking your horrible zebra drag barrel beer, you see the alicorn and the tiny zebra hugging in the corner.
Someone's getting fun.
Hey!
That's why I bubble under my breath.
Roll perception to see if you can hear him mumbling.
Nope.
You hear him mumble, but you don't know what he says.
She upsettedly hugs the giant alicorn back. You can flip to someone else because I get the feeling that I don't actually have the heart or the strength to get away from alicorn.
No, you love Alicorn. Okay, Grease and Blueberry, and did you take the chair with you, or did the chair stay with them?
Stay with
Chips?
them
Yeah,
because
okay.
she looked like she was learning something.
Okay, that's fine. So Blueberry, Grease, and Brescue are all in the workshop, working on the 5th cal.
Well, after I screw up the breach or the extractor the first time, I fix it, and then I say, "Come on, you two, let's go and see if we can find some more scrap." And I'm going to check again at the trading post and see if I can acquire any.
Okay.
I shall go to the trading post as well. Unless I've needed to make sure no one takes the stuff.
It's a communal place and there's a guard watching it.
Okay, so anybody trying to take will get in trouble.
Yep, Brescue's standing there in his shiny new metal armor with a big lead pipe.
You know what?
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying, Brisk was probably the one who was getting me the proper tools most of the time.
No, the child was surprisingly good.
You're a very good assistant.
Thanks.
I'll have to make you a little backpack and saddle someday.
Can you make sure it has the cloud symbol? I like the cloud symbol, it's pretty.
I'll do what I can for putting, some artwork on it.
She smiles, jumps up on Blueberry's back. And learning from mommy number 2. Hi-ho, Blueberry.
Oh boy. There are 2 of them now.
Be careful,
All
we
right.
might soon have 3.
What?
Nothing, just making a comment.
Let's just go to the trading post.
Jolly good fuck. I know this is completely irrelevant and this is completely fine. I expected to have plans derailed, that's fine. But I was expecting you to spend a little bit of time in town, wander off, fight Jason, but it's getting close to the end now and you motherfuckers are still in town.
When players are in town, never expect them to do enough to get out of town, and when players are not in town, expect them to do more than you had originally planned.
Okay.
And when you plan for all of that, we're going to do something else.
Yeah, you're just going to take my plans and just take it out back behind the shed and just shoot the plans in the back of the head. So, you go to the trade den. There is now scrap metal. There's plenty of scrap metal. It's going for 1 cap a piece. It's dirt cheap.
I'll see if I can get a bulk discount.
Roll me bar.
I could use some new armor. Well, better armor. If they have anything better. If they have anything that has a higher DT than 10.
Make a luck check just to see what they have.
I was
yeah.
going for 20 more pieces of scrap. I guess I get about 19 caps for... I get 20 scrap for probably 19
You get
caps.
20 scrap for 15 caps.
I'll pay that.
You haggle your way with. It's the same thrift shop owner. You seem to be going to this guy a lot, and he seems to be enjoying your business, your company. He seems to like you, and he gives you an okay deal this time. 2 seconds, I will get you some armor.
All right, after I look at, God, I forgot the little filly's name.
Seabreeze.
Seabreeze. That is how you haggle to get a better price.
She nods. But mommy number one does it by showing them all her flanks.
It's something you got to learn to do. You're either going to know how or you're not. And I have days where I walk in and I just stumble over every word and I end up paying more than I expected.
But mommy number one always shows them her flanks, and then they always want to buy it.
Well, mommy number one is not normally covered with dirt, dust, grease, and more than a little sweat.
I'm glad I held off on Blueberry saying something, because the first thing that popped in my mind was, yeah, but mommy number one is attractive.
Roll willpower.
Oh. Oh.
Roll me willpower right fucking now.
Oh.
You shouldn't have said that loud. Oh.
Bitch, I got an 8 willpower.
You know that child would repeat that, and Mike would be like, "Excuse me?"
Okay. You did not say that loud, but you think it. You think it hard.
I would have considered it was said against me, and I would have put a special couple of bits in his armor.
So, in the various stalls, you come across a few bits of armor. There's SWAT armor, but that's way out of your budget.
Oh, yeah.
You have armor duster, a set of combat armor, including helmet, and there is also some riot gear. A lot of it's out of your price range, unfortunately. There is also some. It's a bit banged up, but there's some metal armor. It's like 80% condition.
I look to Greece. Would you be able to fix that up to better condition?
Not right away, because I'm about to use what scrap I have up, or a good hunk of my scrap, and we need to get going to get this job we've been asked to do. But we can, 80% is pretty darn good. Unless you like hold a landmine and set it off, it should last for a while.
At least one person here knows about hugging a landmine.
Hint, hint.
Hey,
Hi.
what?
Hi. My name is Wandering Sunrise.
Just because the Brony analysts have now declared me Princess of Explosions does not give you the right to make that joke.
Fiora, I'd like to modify that a little for you. You're the Princess of Boom.
You managed to take making drugs and cause an explosion. Well, not you, but your friend.
How much will I get for the armor I'm wearing now?
It's 100% condition, right?
100% condition, reinforced leather armor.
It's 180 in the book, isn't it?
That's the book price, yes.
You get 150 for that.
Okay.
Metal armor's like 180, but you'll be buying it at 80% price, so do the maths, because I'm terrible at maths.
I was looking at the combat armor.
Oh, you're looking at combat armor, then do the 80% of the combat armor. Wait, no. Combat armor's in perfect condition, so no, it's 500. Unless you
Not
want
perfect condition. Perfect condition is 120.
Yeah, it's good condition, it's 100%. So it's 500 caps.
Okay, I've got 446. I'm gonna look to Greece and see if Greece can get the price down at all. Because my barter is a 15. I've got no chance.
So I just want you all to know that how thick I am. I have a habit of like chewing on my pen, but I left the lid off and I just chewed on the ink bit.
Oh,
Nice taste, isn't it?
so Blue looks at the. God damn it! I'm Blue from Fallout 4 now.
Oh god.
Blueberry
Congrats.
looks at the armor, looks at the combat armor, points at it, and says, "Between the armor I'm wearing and my caps, I should be able to almost afford it. Do you think you could try and get that price down for me?" Out of character, I'm literally 54 caps short. If I spend every cap.
Do we have any party funds left?
I believe we do, but I'd prefer not to get into that right away. If it can be helped.
I'll chip in another 10.
Probably.
You have 1 gigabyte of party funds.
Yeah, so if I use that to cover it, it would use almost all of it.
You do have stuff in the loot list, the party loot list, like scrap mail and duct tape and drugs and stuff. Now you have 1 sports armor and 8 radar armor you could be selling.
I'm pretty sure we sold some of the radar armor because it's only listing 4% percentages now.
Yeah, we sold half of them.
Okay, let's see. Was anyone going to use the sports armor?
What is sports armor?
That's literally the armor Myuda took off.
Go for it. That stallion will get such a wedgie.
Huh?
What?
Mayunda wore the sports armor.
Yeah, now you made her armor that fit her.
I'm not wearing the fucking sports armor. I'm thinking of trying to sell it to get caps to cover the rest.
Then sell it. She's not using it anymore. She literally just had it because she found it. It wasn't important to her.
Yeah, how much can I get for the sports armor?
You want me to sell it?
None.
Yeah, I guess you'll need to do the selling. I'll just provide the caps.
Also,
I don't know how much it is, I don't think it's in the Wasteland Survival Guide.
It ain't much. Sports armor is, drumroll please, 50 caps. Base.
Yours is modified to be full-sized,
Correct.
so it would be 75. Because having something with actual protection for a kid that size is not very common.
Actually, you know what? No. Put the sports armor on the small child.
Okay. That's why I was asking.
Tom,
say again. I was
can you roll barter? Can you roll barter, please?
Apparently, it's been decided that Seabreeze gets the sports armor.
Just roll barter real quick.
Sundance. Look cute for me, and while I barter.
You mean Seabreeze?
Seabreeze, whatever the trader I'm trying to barter with is.
Just roll bar. Awesome. So you managed to sell the Raider armor for. God damn! I hate that it's not more organized. This pisses me off. It's like 50 or something. Let me check.
Raiders 50, yes.
So you sell the Raider armor for 50, and he drops the price to the combat armor to 400. So you get. So you have to pay 400, but he gives you 200. No, he gives you 100. Sorry. So you only have to pay 300.
Okay, well, you said I get 150 from my armor?
Yes.
Okay, so the total is...
So you have 250 from him, basically buying your shit, and he's charging you 400. So he's charging you 150 now.
I have a total of 416 caps. After the reinforced leather is sold.
Just a heads up, everybody. There's a pretty hefty storm going on outside, so if I drop out, it's because I lost power.
Alright.
Be safe.
Yeah, don't die.
I have 416 caps after the reinforced leather is sold. How much?
Wait, no, so,
no,
hold on. Let me simplify it. You sold the 2 raid armor for 50 each. That's 100. You sold for 150. That's 250. He's charging you 400. So you have 250. Take that away.
Basically, you need to pay 150 to do
Yes.
the trade.
Okay. Then I give 150.
He gives you the 100% combat armor.
And now I have 15 defense.
So, trading done. Let's move on. Haven't heard from you, Violet. What are you doing, Violet?
Sleeping?
Yeah, Val said that she was going to take a rest.
Does she sleep for the remainder of the day? Does she do anything, or does she just chill?
She's just doing her best to relax.
Okay, Miranda, what are you doing?
As the hugging stopped,
The hugging has stopped.
Mayunda will spend the rest of her time in town playing with a small child and making her feel special.
Sorry. Yeah, so you... After she's done helping doing the trade and she's in her sports armor, she's very happy. She takes you to go and play things like tag and tic-tac-toe and various other kids' games. Sundancer, what are you doing?
He's just going to walk about town, buy the occasional food to eat, but that's basically what he's doing. He's just shooting the breeze until the party decides that it's time to go.
Okay, that's fine. The rest of you finish up your trading.
Oh, did you say that it came with a helmet or no?
I don't remember. Fuck it, I did.
Okay.
I forgot, so I'll just give you it because I probably said yes and forgot. So, at one point during the day, Mayanda, just do me a favor and throw your token out into the middle of the street, please. So, at one point during the day, while you're playing with the kid, a very large griffin and a small air pony walk up. One of them is wearing what you know to be Talon armor. So I'm just trying to get the size right. Yeah, so it's a fairly large griffin. He's red with white plumage and red streaks going through his hair. And the Earth Pony is wearing regulator duster, so an armored duster, and he's bright neon pink.
Okay, Mayunda will continue playing the game with Child.
Seabreeze looks up. Oh, mommy number 2.
Yes.
That's the man that mommy number 1 wanted to take care of me. She'll point to the Earth Pony.
That's nice. You want to finish our game, or you want to talk to them first?
The Earth Pony coughs to try and interject and get your attention.
Mayunda holds up a hoof in the exact same manner we would hold up a finger that says, "Hold your horses."
Nice, love it.
Do you want to finish our game, or do you want to talk to them first?
She nods at the finishing of the game, which is, she's moved on to playing soccer now. You've managed to basically get a little can and you're just kicking that up and down the street.
We will continue to play for at least 10 more minutes, unless they are absolutely positively beyond words insistent.
The griffin is pawing at the ground. But the Earth Pony is quite happy to just wait. He's quite old. He's in his 50s at least. After the 10 minutes are up, the griffin just kind of grumbles, but the Earth Pony's smiling quite happily.
Alright, now turns to the apparently upset griffin and Earth Pony. How can we help you?
Griffin looks at Earth Pony. Again, I can't do the voices. You need to just imagine the drawl. Earth Pony pipes up. He's like, I can't describe it more than this. He's garishly pink. It's actually hurting your eyes a little bit. Where's the other one who was looking after her?
I guess she's taking a nap.
Are you helping her look after the little one?
I would be the other one who's taking care of her.
Well, I thought about it. And I'll take care of little, Seabreeze? Seabreeze? I'm
Looks
getting too
dead
much.
at him. No.
Sorry?
Violet didn't talk to me about this beforehand. No. You had to go think about it. And I just met you. I don't know if I should trust you with a small child.
He looks to the large griffin, looks back to himself. Okay, sure. I mean, I was offering for a favor, but you don't need my help. I won't give it. That's fine.
Violet can holler at me later.
He just kind of shrugs. Well, that business sorted. If you're ever in need of work, come by the regulators' tent. The griffin starts to snigger at him. Two of them wander off. Oh, I'm moving you as well by accident. Mommy number 1's not going to be happy.
Mommy number 1 doesn't don't care right now. We're gonna have a fight, probably, but I'm okay with that. I'd rather you know someone actually cares about you than to pawn you off on the first pony that volunteers.
She hugs you.
I am going to have a very long explanation to talk to Violet about and probably fail horribly.
Yes. She hugs you tighter.
Hugs back.
Sundancer, what are you doing?
Like I said, Sundance is just shooting the breeze until the group decides that it's time to leave.
Party split across town. You can do something if you want.
He doesn't have the caps.
Go and do work then. You can offer to work somewhere.
I mean, if there's people who need to learn anything, I can teach them about what Equestria was like before the bombs, before the mega spells.
So, you make your way around town. You're a bit bored, nothing to do. You come across what you think is a school.
Oh.
Do you make your way in?
Yes. Whereabouts is this? Oh, yeah, at the daycare?
Yes. That should have a /school on it, but it doesn't. Inside there's a couple of kids and one adult.
I will then introduce myself. Hello, I'm Sundance. I'm a wandering teacher of the old brand, preserving the history of Equestria before the mega spells.
There's just loud jeering from the kids. They're shouting about something, and as the teacher lets out an exasperated sigh and turns. Oh, hi. Who are you?
I'm just a traveling teacher, so I am. Do you need assistance?
She smiles. I would love help right now.
Oh, yes, I will come in and offer my assistance. I take a roll academics and lower, do I?
Yes. Also, roll me a charisma to see if you can get the kids in line.
Adds 3 degrees of success.
Awesome. So, you managed to get the kids to all calm down. They're all curious as to who the new stallion is. One of them raises a wing. Who are you?
I am Sundance. I am a traveling teacher, so I am. I teach about the history of Equestria before the mega spells and everything else that has befallen these lands.
An elf pony colt from the back pipes up. Mrs. Do, he sounds boring. Now, children, he's here to teach us.
Academics and lore?
Academics and lore.
Do I get a bonus?
Plus 10 because they are children.
Damn it.
Reroll it.
Same again, plus 10?
Yeah. No, because you were pretty close.
Nah, I don't even see the roll.
I think roll 20 is being a bit slow. Really, roll 20?
Roll 20 is just not playing nice for me today.
We'll take the first roll since it was only off by 6.
Okay.
So, you spend the next 3 hours just teaching the kids, well, your choice of subjects. You get some of the facts wrong, but overall, you get most things right.
Like just a general history, and economics a wee bit.
Some of the Pegasus children argue with him a few points because of what they were taught in the clouds, but in general they are they're fairly interested. Gain plus 100 caps for helping the teacher for the day.
Thank you. I now have 100 giggity caps.
Does anybody have any declared actions they want to make?
No, I just wanted to buy a little bit more ammo.
Check how much your ammo costs, and then just buy it for that
It's
price.
1.
Then just remove the right amount of caps. It's ammo, you wouldn't need to barter for it, it's going to be a set price.
At least for the standard one, anyway.
Yeah.
I don't expect to be able to go like, you got any handcrafted? Okay, let's see.
So Tom's AFK, James, I've just dealt with you. Fee, you're playing with the kids. Well, it's relaxing. So, I'm debating whether or not we stop here as this is a good point to stop, or if we continue and run a bit later than usual. What do people want to do?
I'm fine with running a bit later.
It's a good time to stop, but... And then tomorrow, and then next week we... Or no. Well, I won't be here for 2 weeks.
Yeah, we're not playing for 2 weeks.
Fine. I guess next time set out to go find Jason.
Well, see, you ruin all my plans, guys. It's terrible. You should all feel absolutely terrible.
I mean...
You shouldn't actually, I'm just fucking with you. No, that was all fine. No. If people want to leave it here because there's a good point to leave it, that's fine, we can do that.
Okay.
I just want to try one more time to fix the 50.
Same roll. So, I will work out your XP and everybody at it on a later date, because there was no combat, but there was a lot of role-playing and discoveries in the town, so that's all fine. You will get a decent chunk of XP. Holy shit, you fucking smashed that repair.
Yeah, that's like 6 degrees of
Nice.
success.
Yeah, you repaired the 5th cal, it's in working order.
Real quick, what is everybody's experience at? I just want to make sure I didn't miss experience from previous game.
3850 if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but I believe you got bonus experience for stuff.
I'm only at level 2, so I have 1700.
I show 4250 and I don't know why I got more.
Right, hold up. You should all have 3,850 XP.
Does that include me, even though I missed a few weeks?
I will get back to you because I don't want to have you too far behind, but at the same time I will need to... No, because it was work. It wasn't like it was in... Tom, not Tom, James, I'll get back to you on that.
Alright, no problem.
Because it wasn't like you missed it for anything other than, well, your work schedule, which is...
Because I was
my
only
life, so I can't
on
appeal issue.
Alright, no problem.
So yeah, 3,850.
Okay.
I will give you your next XP, if not tonight, tomorrow. Just remind me, because I'm forgetful. Does anybody have anything they want to declare or anything they want to say before we wrap up for 2 weeks?
One thing. Meandy here is banging, banging, banging. Ow! Bit more banging. And then Grease comes out with a 50 cal on her back.
Fun.
Mayunda is way too happy about this.
I may need to think about how we use that, because I didn't expect you to repair that within like 4 levels, but that's fine, I can adjust. See, I'm beginning to learn how how the GMs feel when the players just decide that their plans can go fuck themselves.
Well, it's
Now you-
prepared. Now we just have to make a battle saddle for Mayunda, and Mayunda can use it. That's terrifying.
Does she have the firearms?
No.
She does not have the
The
firearms or
battle
battle saddle. She will be learning as she goes.
Then, for serious combat, wouldn't it be better to have Blueberry use it until she gets her skill up?
What I might... No, I'll hold that onto that idea and then I'll think about it more before I open my big fucking mouth.
Little Pip, congratulations. Now you know how Moonhoof feels.
Oh, I learned that, when did you kill the taint monster? Was that last week or 2 weeks ago?
That's
ago.
when That's when.
Oh my
Little
god!
Pip.
We went from team to teal!
Team to
Together,
teal. Yes.
everyone annoys Little Pip, instead of together, everyone annoys
Yes.
Moonhoof.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.